Hey, thanks for tuning in. We'd like to say a quick thank you to the Talladega Superspeedway for allowing us the chance to come out and interview Hendrick Motorsports driver Jeff Gordon here at Carrabba's Grill in Birmingham. So thank you very much. Well, let's get right to it. He's a four-time NASCAR Nextel Cup Series champion, also driver of the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet, Jeff Gordon.
You know, after Bristol last week, you're now the points leader. What's it like to be leading in the Nextel Cup points?
Well, I've never won a Nextel Cup, so, you know, it's a lot different with the chase format. You know, if we were under the old point system, I'd say, yeah, man, we're looking good. We got a great team, a consistent team. You know, I know we're capable of winning races, even though we haven't won one yet. We're going to, and you know, if we keep doing what we've been doing, it feels good. You know, anytime you're on top of the points, 5 races into the season, and obviously you're pretty happy with the things.
Jeff, what about the Talladega Superspeedway makes it different from the other
tracks?
Well,
it's number one, it's the biggest track. You know, it's such a wide, you know, it has such wide corners. That's why we're able to get 4 wide comfortably and race around that track. So it's the biggest, it's the fastest. If we didn't have the restrictor plates on it, it'd certainly be the fastest. You know, and because it is a restrictor plate track, it makes drafting extremely important. And I love the draft. I love racing at Talladega. You know, you never know when that big one's going to happen. There's that white knuckle experience that you go through for a big portion of the race, but when you're in a late race battle to the finish line, there's nothing better than you know, to pull that off at Talladega.
Which win was the most memorable for you?
I've been very fortunate to win a lot of races, and it's hard to pick one, but I guess the inaugural Brickyard 400 was probably the most special one to me. I grew up around Indiana, always wanted to race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and to pull off the very first win of stock cars going there for the first time was something I'll never forget. And then I would say, you know, Daytona 500, especially the last Daytona 500 I won in 2005. You know, the sport has grown, and winning is just that much more special. It's on a bigger platform, and I think I appreciate it that much more. So, you know, a big win like that means a lot.
Jeff, what's your favorite Talladega Superspeedway memory?
Well, winning, of course. I'm trying to think what race it was. It was, you know, a few years back. I was running like 3rd or 4th, maybe even 6th, with about 3 or 4 laps to go, and just everything worked out perfectly. You know, I got the right push at the right time, got the momentum, slid into a slot, went to the inside, went to the outside, made some maneuvers, and won the race. And you know, any time that you pull off a win in a spectacular fashion like that, it's something that sticks with you.
You know, this is Toyota's first year to race in the Nextel Cup Series. How do you feel about the
Toyota?
Toyota?
I think it's a great thing for the sport. You know, I feel like they're going to bring a lot of competition. They're going to open up to, you know, a whole new market and probably another, you know, fan base as well. So anything that's going to help the sport grow, I'm all for it. I think these days with the rules that we have, you know, they're in a pretty tight box. It's going to be hard for them to get a big advantage. They've got, you know, a lot of funding, a lot of research and development, technology. It's going to be hard in NASCAR for them to showcase that and get a big edge on the rest of the competition. So I'm comfortable with that.
All right, I've got to ask you, besides yourself, who is your favorite driver?
Well, obviously I'm going to pull for Jimmy Johnson. I mean, I think he's a great driver, a great guy, but he drives a car I co-own. So, you know, I've had a lot of friends out there and also competitors out there that I've raced with for years. And it's hard to have a favorite when you're that competitive on the racetrack.
Okay, we know you and Jimmy Johnson are teammates. How much competition is actually there between you and your teammate, Jimmy Johnson?
Well, yeah, I mean, we work very well together off the racetrack. We have a little bit different driving styles, so because of those driving styles, it you know, limits us on how much information we can share. But because we have a good, you know, friendship, we don't mind sharing, you know, all the information we possibly can. The teams and Hendrick are very close, and I think that's one of the reasons why we've been as successful as we've been, because we share so much information back and forth. But we're fierce competitors on the track. I mean, you know, he wants to win, I want to win, and just like this weekend, I was battling with, you know, Kyle Busch for the win. you know, your teammates you have to treat differently, and you have to understand that at the end of the day, you know, you want the win, you want the position, but you can't take as much risk going for those positions with your teammate as you can with other guys.
Now, they are going to race the car tomorrow at Talladega coming up in the fall. How will the car of tomorrow run in the fall race at Talladega?
Well, you know, we're only going to run it at the fall race in Talladega. We won't have it at the spring race when we race there April 29th. But, you know, I think that we're going to test her. We're going to know a lot more. We have all the teams here testing and drafting. I think we're going to find out a lot about this car. And until then, I don't really know. I think from just looking at it and knowing what I know about it driving, it should be pretty exciting at a place like Talladega. This car actually, you know, really might benefit a super speedway like Talladega and Daytona more so than it would some of the other tracks. You know, it's boxier, blows, you know, it punches just a bigger hole in the air, and so I think that you know, you're going to see some pretty aggressive drafting. You should anyway. We'll see. But and the way the bumpers line up, plenty of bumpers.
Talk about the young guns of NASCAR, Jeff. Just a couple of years ago, you were the rookie, you were the young gun. We got a lot of new faces in NASCAR this year. How do you feel about those guys?
That's what's exciting to me about the sport. You know, the sport's grown in many ways. I mean, new racetracks, network television, you know, the sponsorship, taking marketing to the next level, and talent, you know, drivers and crew chiefs, you know, and younger talent. I love the sport because car owners and sponsors want to give young guys a chance and have talent. There's very few other sports out there where you see that, especially motorsports. And you know, we've got Kyle Busch, young guy, very talented guy. And you know, you go through some growing pains with those young guys. You know, there's certain things you gotta teach them about racing for championships, handling the fans and the media. But you know, if you got a guy that's got the talent with the right attitude, he can go long ways and be with your organization for a long time. And that's what sponsors want. That's what car owners want. And you know, that's what makes it tough on us older guys.
All right, Jeff, last question now. Most people know you're going to be a father. You got a daughter on the way. And are you going to race long enough for your daughter to grow up and see what you've accomplished?
Well, first, it's going to be a girl. We know that. And you know, I don't know how long, you know, I want to stay behind the wheel of a race car. I know I want to be competitive. You know, I want to be battling for wins and for championships. And I would love more than anything for my daughter to see that. Or who knows, I might have a son down the road too. But you know, I think that it's important to show them the life that I've had. You know, and racing's been a huge part of that. So we'll see. You know, I don't know how long that will be, but you know, hopefully in the next 4 or 5 years, hopefully we can, you know, still stay competitive and win some races and experience that with my child. I think that would be an amazing experience.
Once again, thanks to the Talladega Superspeedway for allowing us the chance to interview Mr. Jeff Gordon here today in Birmingham. And hey, don't forget, it's not too late to purchase those tickets to the Aaron's $4.99 race at the Talladega Superspeedway, set April 29. Now, if you need more ticket info, the number to call, 1-877-GO-TO-DAGA. That's 1-877